Yesterday evening, AFC Wimbledon had another great home win against bottom of the league table strugglers Morecambe FC. Wimbledon do continue their unbeaten form at home. Amazing to see. We've scored, I believe it's now 16, 15 goals at home, 2 goals conceded, and those 2 goals, as I said before in other videos, have come from the first 10 minutes of the first game of the season against Colchester. So ever since then, we have not conceded a goal at Plough Lane in the league, which is absolutely brilliant. Plough Lane is literally turning into a fortress. It seems like no one wants to come down and play. It seems like we dominate the game every single home game we have. Even against Ipswich, I thought we played well, we battled well, and that's what we want Wimbledon players to do. We want to battle at home, and now we just need to turn that home form, put it into away. Because if we want to be at the top end of this, if we want to be at the top end of the table at the end of the season, then the away form will need to improve. And we've got Port Vale to do that next. It's another tough opposition, but we'll get onto that later on in the video. So, as I said, AFC Wimbledon had another home victory, 3-0 over team which is bottom of the table. Morecambe. Do feel for them, to be honest. They do have some good players. Fair play to their fans as well. I believe 112 of them came down. So fair play to every single one of them that made the trek to Southwest London, which is just mental. 3 goals. Let's talk about them. James Tilley in the second half, 52nd minute. What a strike it was. I think Tilley has done absolutely amazing adapting to that left wing back role. His defensive performances have been really, really good. I think it's a position that he didn't really want to play. I think when you think of James Tilley, you think of him on the right because he has such an amazing left foot. He cuts inside and has some great shots. But this time, went inside, right footer from I don't even know how many yards it was out, but it was far, far away from the goal. And fair play to him for scoring that goal. Past couple games, James Tilley has looked really, really positive in my opinion. Adapted really well to his position, as I said. Whenever he gets the ball, he's driving forward, trying to get crosses on, trying to take on players, which is what we want because we have players inside the box which can easily go and win a header and score a goal. Matty Stevens, Omar Bugle. So I think the wing backs have been so important for us this season. Josh Newville and James Tilley. Now let's talk about the second one. Omar Bugle in the 66th minute. A really good goal, really good, well-worked play, I believe it was, by Alistair Smith and Callum Maycock. A really good ball over the top of Callum Maycock and then put it in behind on a plate for Omar Bugle and got his second goal of the season. Again, really good to see. It was Omar's first goal since the first game of the season when he scored against Colchester in the second half. Been a bit disappointed by Omar Bugle recently because he hasn't been on the score. He hasn't been on the scoring form as he did kind of towards the back end of last season where he was scoring in nearly every single game at home. So it's really good to see. This will boost his confidence going into a massive game against Port Vale on Saturday. And then Matty Stevens continued his form. Top goal scorer, 7 goals scored in all competitions now. So really, really good to see. A great assist by Josh Newville. Happy that he's getting assists. That's what you want by wing backs. You want them to get in behind. You want them to put a ball literally across the box where defenders don't want it, where defenders can get confused. And then Matty Stevens, as he would expected to, put it into the back of the net, pretty much in an open goal to make it 3-0. Now, let's talk about the lineup because there is some other players who we haven't really talked about who have played superbly well yesterday. Starting with Owen Goodman, it's his 6th clean sheet in the league so far. He's joint first with, I believe, the Port Vale keeper and the Crewe Alexandra keeper. So, I mean, when we first signed Owen Goodman, everyone thought, oh, he's not really that good. He conceded about 60, 70 goals at Colchester last season, and now he's got a really good defence ahead of him. So he's done very, very well so far. And even in the second half, I think he's gone a little bit underrated in the second half. No one's really talked about him too much, but he made 2 or 3 absolutely brilliant saves to keep his clean sheet and to keep us in the game. So fair play to Owen Goodman. He's done superbly well this season, and hopefully that can carry on. The back three of Lewis, Ball and Johnson. Didn't really expect Lewis to come in. Apparently, he's only trained once since he's come back, but he looked fit, he looked ready, he looked absolutely fine. So that's really good to see as well. I think the combination of Joe Lewis and Ryan Johnson being in there just helped everyone out. It calmed the play down. Their aerial battles are really good. They have successful tackle rates all the time. And then James Ball in the middle of the three was so comfortable. He's adapted so well to that position. like Johnny Jackson said in this post-match interview, we have so many players who can just adapt to different positions, and I think it shows the character of the squad so far. But yeah, James Ball, again, positive performance. When you have Riley Harbottle back, does he come in? Does Ball get dropped? Who knows? Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on that. And then the midfield five: Newville, Maycock, Smith, Hippolyte and Tilly. Tilly and Newville, absolutely brilliant as always. Maycock coming in the past recent games and has done absolutely amazing. His creativity when driving forward, getting balls in behind, getting shots off. Could have scored yesterday. Really good half volley, and then the Stuart Morecambe goalkeeper made a really good save to tip it over the bar. Smith and Hippolyte, again, just calm on the ball, driving forward, battling, winning every duel. So far, the midfield this season, I've been so impressed with. And you think about it, we haven't even got Jake Reeves at the moment. When he comes back, who the hell do you drop? I don't even know at this point. Obviously, Jake Reeves is captain. You want them in a squad. He calms everything down. But we have players that are playing his way. Of James Ball, Smith, Hippolyte are doing the kind of thing, calming the play down, being comfortable on the ball, gaining the possession back, winning the battles. So yeah, it's an interesting conversation to have. Stevens and Omar both scored, didn't really play too well. I mean, you expect a striker to be in the positions to score goals, and both of them were, so it'll boost their confidence going into the next game against Port Vale. But happy for them. Probably not the best performance. Stevens probably should have scored in the first half, but being all positive, they both got on the goal. They both got on the score sheet, and that is what you want at the end of the day. Looking at the match stats, Wimbledon did have the majority of the possession, which is again really good to see, as we haven't had that in the past recent games. 13 shots, 9 of them on target, which is really good. Most of our shots being on target. So yeah, that's really good to see as well. Touches inside the box, 30 to Morecambe's 16. Goalkeeper saves, Stuart Moore obviously making 5. Says Goodman made 1, but he made about 2 or 3. Also had 10 corners, and I think we should maybe be capitalising more from them. I think in the first half we had 8 in the first half. So, and we have the players to score headers: Joe Lewis, Ryan Johnson, James Ball, Matty Stevens, Omar Bugle. I think we should that's maybe the only criticism to take from last night. I don't really want to be too negative, as it was a really good win, but I think we should probably be scoring more from set pieces. We haven't had a centre-back who's scored yet in the season, but Joe Lewis did come close against Fleetwood Town. That header in front of the south stand, but that just went wide. But yeah, overall, a very positive performance. Let's look at where that puts Wimbledon in the table. Puts us up to 10th place, 2 points off the playoffs, 3 games in hand behind most teams. We face Port Vale, who are 8 points ahead of us. If we win that, then we'll be 5 points behind them with 3 games in hand. We could easily overtake them. So Port Vale is a massive test at the moment. They've got players like Ethan Chislett, Ronan Curtis, and the list will go on. But yeah, that'll be a massive test. But Wimbledon can do it. We just need to improve our away form, and how good of a game it is against Port Vale to improve our away form, give the confidence back in the fans for our away games, and yeah, get up that table and get into playoffs with 3 games in hand. How amazing would that be? But there will be a match preview video out tomorrow for Port Vale away. So let me know down in the comments your thoughts on yesterday's amazing 3-0 win over Morecambe. What a game it was. Thank you for watching. Come on, you dons.